harassed from the side, we've seen what they can do. They will roll over duos, and this is not the time to roll over and take it, but Clix gets backed off.
Agers fights back. He puts big damage up, and Day is like, nope, I want nothing from this. I'm out of here. He's gonna back on up. And just like that, now you have Threats and Rise up top, putting their 2 cents into the conversation, and then another team shows up here. So there's a little too much chaos going on for the likings of Kanata and Agers. They're trying to play nice, slow, and steady here. They find another opportunity on today. Big tags come in, and that is the power of that auto shotgun, the drum shot. You can just see, it just starts to rip players apart. Kanata has to play for the save now.
Not able to necessarily get the confirmation over, and you can see how they're going to trade back, but Clix doesn't want to give them the opportunity. But Olga and Miro, they're paying attention to the feed. They're saying, hey, no confirms going down, no knocks. Hey, this is plenty of points on the board. Rise is actually going to get the confirmation over, doing a little bit of favor for Agers and Kanata, giving them some room, but Kanata doesn't watch his back, and the 3rd place team goes down to the 4th place team. Miro and Booga say, no, that's our prize money. Get out of here, get out of here.
That's rough, especially when they had the chance to go ahead and do something big this game. And you know what? Vivid's happy right now.
Yeah,
that was our 2 picks going head to head. Vivid may have just done it all and solidified what will be his prizing at the end of this. You know, we've been having fun. It's been a very close competition. We'll see what those points look like in the end. You'll see it has been quite a fierce one. But in the end, Vivid does come out on top. Respects.
I mean, when doesn't he? Everybody's copying Vivid's homework. There's a reason for it. Was one of the best players in NA East back in the day. Honestly, could probably still throw him in these lobbies. They do a little bit of damage, but we're gonna swing on over. Roken and Joji currently sitting in 6th place. There's a little bit of room, and honestly, this is very much a change in game place, because it seems like everybody realized there's money to be made in game. Aggression, people trying to just do what they can to climb up, but they know if they make endgame, there's opportunity for more to come. And right now, Peterbot and Bila saying, hey, we're getting rid of that cannon. We want nobody flying in here. We'll control the variables. But one thing to note, look at the map and look above. They're only 68 damage above Storm Surge, which will do 25 damage every 5 seconds to the teams who have not done enough tags. And this has been the only time they've struggled. And right now, as soon as I call it out, 3 huge tags.
Definitely watching the field like a hawk here. Anything that moves is gonna go ahead and get the focus, that laser focus and attention put on it. Wall Taker down to the bottom here, looking pretty solid above the Surge. Edgy and Acorn looking great as well, leading that 2nd place spot still ahead of the competition. Wall Taker and Cold jumped into that last fight head first and got punished this time here, though. They're starting to reset. They're taking it nice and easy, slow and steady, and you can tell their loadout is just a mix of what they can find, trying to make do with the game.
They need to play endgame. We have seen Walltaker, aka Scented, throughout the entire. He's known as the Low Ground King. In fact, he loves changing his names to all of these ridiculous things. We've seen Low Ground King, we've seen Walltaker. But if you don't get in that position to abuse what is your strongest trait, it makes it so difficult to pick up points here when you're playing against the best of the best, when all the pressure is on the line. But somebody who thrives in that pressure, has been absolutely born in it. Dignitas Miro, Sentinels Boga. If anybody is able to rack off a big game here and push him into 2nd, it could be them. But right now, Edgy and Acorn under pressure, and they're actually going to slam down an armored wall as Edgy has been knocked. Shots are raining in all the way from the side. Acorn trying to stick the revive, but shots bleed through. Edgy gonna get dropped down an end pen, trying to toss this in. Acorn takes a bunch of damage, and Edgy's gonna get finished here in a second. If Acorn doesn't walk up and splash him, Edgy is confirmed. This could be it right here, right now.
That is so unfortunate. Acorn did get the full elim though, so he picks up 1, but 1 is not enough when you lose a teammate in the process. And it's Bila, Peterbot, Quanti, Larson, the other teams that are looking at this fight and shooting inwards. And just like that, they are affecting the storyline here. They are solidifying their placements in this tournament, and they are making it that much clearer to the lobby that we are a problem.
All they have to do is hold on. If Acorn falls, that's it. It's over. Acorn does have a knock on the opposite side of it. We've seen Durola then get picked up with Tuskip. So this is a 1v1 against Npen. The biggest thing is he doesn't want to give up the supplies from his teammate. He has to win the 1v1, potentially look to maybe get the card, get the reboot. But you see, his resources are completely vanished, and so is his HP bar. He'll try and drink his 1 mini, but no time, so he's gonna expand the builds out, try and make himself look big, make himself look scary, but it's all a mirage, and you close in on it. He's trying to find the oasis, but at the end of the day, it looks like it is just a barren desert, and NPen is trying to put an end to the miracle run here.
Definitely, and it's time to fight back here. Look, he is relentless with it. He finds Acorn on this low ground, and this is a big opportunity now for NPen to go ahead and shut down the #2 team. Kanata and Agers are already out, and honestly, if you're Kanata and Agers, you do not want second place out. You do not want what is left of fourth out of the tournament, because that means the standings are up for grabs. That means our top 10 teams have a chance to go ahead and snipe it all up. If the points don't get funneled upwards towards these teams, your honestly prizing is gone. Like, it is definitely up in the air, and someone will take it. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and we've seen every single time we've looked at the leaderboard.
Oh,
if
no.
we're in that top 3, it could be enough. The full gold medal,
no.
a little bit of a slide. 2, last ticket, it doesn't get in. Acorn and Edgy are down. Kanata and Agers are down. Peterbot and Byla are still up on their feet, and at this point, they've looked around. That should be it, unless Booga and Miro do something absurd and clean up absolutely everybody, and Peterbot and Byla go down. That's the only shot, and at this point, I know it's a meme, there's not even a chance. Look at the point difference. Look at the point difference, 64 points separating them. Peterbot, Byla are right at the finish line. They're trying to just stick their chest out and break that tape.
This is it. It's the victory. But like we said before, there is money on the line, and no way, not Joji, not Rokane as well. They're under some serious hurt right now. Rokane's out. The pressure from the lobby was too much, and we're seeing another team collapse in the last game. It is so worrisome to see how much tournament prizing is now available.
And particularly for Joji and Rokane. Joji has been fantastic this season, but Rokane has been on another level. The solo clutches, the individual efforts to even get them here, all happened by Rokane. Now the pressure is on Joji. What can he do to get them a better finish? What can he do to get them a better payday, to move them up the leaderboard as a solo? But want to know who's looking at all this and being like, hey, this is pretty nice. Cold and Walltaker, they're going to continue to try and climb up the leaderboard. Second is very much in their grasp. Same with Booga and Miro, as they're both sitting in 4th and 5th right now, but 2nd and 3rd are down.
Definitely, they're down and out. And, you know, this really allows us to take a look at the bigger picture from the outside, right? There is so much on the line. It's not just winning the tournament. It's what's on the line for the other teams that are still proving themselves to the region, that they are incredible at Fortnite. They still continue to have what it takes to compete at the top, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, in the FNCS finals of NA East's. No easy feat. We have seen an exceptional day of competition, and this is why it is so important that we celebrate all of our players still battling it out.
And again, don't forget, we had a pretty big announcement this morning going through. The FNCS Invitational in November. You know that's in the back of all of these players' minds, being like, hey, they're looking at the top duos. What can I do to put my name in there, to stick a flag in that stake saying, hey, why am I not invited? Joji could put a question mark in there right now if he's able to put up the individual efforts. What are they going to be able to do?
But he's 138 below here. It's all or nothing now. He has to fight back. It's not looking good. The lobby starts to focus in. It's those fresh walls. They're, again, this is like blood in the water to the big fish in the sea here. You can't have fresh walls being built up, especially when the surge is active. You know players are looking for these opportunities. Joji has to do something big now. He's got the ammo. He's got the heals. He's definitely got the weapon to do everything that he needs to, but he's gonna have to commit here.
First placement threshold has been passed. Everyone in the lobby gets 1 point. One who's still on their feet, Peterbot and Byla. That maybe miracle run is closing every time. And like I said, I've basically called it, but what else can they do? As Joji is now holding the 8th place team. This is 6 versus 8 with Avery and Muzz, the OCE Warrior representative, trying to do more. Pamsto goes down. Batch goes down. 7th is out. 6th is out. And all is for the taking right now. Muzz and Avery can do a bunch. Booga and Miro can do a bunch. Walltaker and Colt can push themselves up. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all on the line, all on the table. Who will grab the opportunity?
6 is on the table, 7 is on the table. I mean, we're talking about all the other additional spots here. Teams that are on the bubble can literally pop off and earn so much money. Very rarely does it ever happen this way, where so many of the top 10 teams fall in the last game, and the standings are close enough for players to really jump on up and make that hero effort at the very, very end. Meanwhile, Booga and Miro, though, still fighting for this one right here. 3 elims now. They are in 3rd place. They want 2nd at least. They want to fight for 1st, but we know what's on the line. There's so much here.
The fight for 1st is over. I'm calling it right now. Peterbot and Byla are your NA East champions for Chapter 3 Season 2. They're in the cascading placement points. Even if Miro and Booga eliminated the entirety rest of the lobby and won the match, it would not be enough. Well, it would, but it's not going to happen, as now they're trying to just climb up into it. As Peterbot gets another one, he's putting his statement down. The foot is down. The trophy's on the shelf. They've kicked the step stool away, and they're jumping out with a Sue. Doing everything they can. Pamso and Thatch, we're going to see how they went down, trying to dive in. Pamso, oh, it's so close.
Clarity G claps back, he fights back as we get to jump in with our FNCS champions to be. Peterbot and Byla are here. They're feeling it. You can just tell they're sitting in the box feeling so good as the zone starts to favor them. Can they actually pull off the victory lap? At this point, let's go ahead and see how much they can do in that last game, because the floor is yours, my friends. You have earned it. They have played so well over this weekend. Honestly, almost a perfect set of Fortnite on that day 1 and a great day 2 now.
But Booga and Miro have already pushed themselves into 3rd. Just a couple more points, they'll be able to take 2nd away. Avery looks for the jump shot, doesn't end up taking it. Will hit the pad, but the shots rain down from above. He needs to hold on, needs to find some space. 19 builds, needs to get the walls up, but it's all wood. And does he have enough space? If somebody opens up an edit, that would be disastrous. Tail right on the other side. Larson taking the sky. Mackwood and Donnie trying to get their name in the conversation.
And look, at Peterbot and Byla are poising up for that 2nd position to height. You know they're going to try to do something so big in the end. Can Miro and Booga find a little bit more points, though? It's starting to close in here now. The last game, the last win. Everyone will talk about it. We all know that it's possible, but it's a race here for 2nd right now. Walltaker and Cold, Miro and Booga, they're both trying to do it here. The points are very close. This is a lot on the line here.
There's 8 points separating, but the team in 3rd has been dropped out. Booga and Miro have moved into 2nd place, but can they hold it now? As Walltaker and Cold are trying to do everything they can to pull it away from them. The placement points keep ticking over. Pledge gets Byla. There might not be a full victory lap. As you can see there, Byla actually ends up trading it back over. They went down trying to get the eliminations going through. It's all she wrote for the #1 spot, but now we have a battle for 2nd as Peterbot is trying to repeat his game 1 performance to have a ridiculous solo clutch, but again, ain't nobody catching Mr. Peter here. As you can see, User trying to find some shots from the side. Yamzo and Degen are putting the pressure on him. And Cold and Scented finding shots towards the backside. A great shot on the low ground and a even better cutoff.
I love the cutoff there. There was definitely a chance to go out and open that edit, but they played for the positioning instead, saying that it's smarter for us to just stay alive right now.
Peterbot
and take
down.
a look here. Peterbot is down. That is it. The fight for 2nd is on here. Booga and Miro are still up right now. Scented and Cold are in the final stretch now as well. 3 elims separate that. Make it 4 because Booga finds one up top. They're starting to break away. That's on Yamzo. A heartbreak for Yamzo as well, who was closing in on that top 5th. But now, Degen has to do it by himself. Well, let's go ahead and focus on the low ground now. Scented is going crazy. Walltaker slides in. They find another one. Nicely done there. Cold will get the full finish, and it's all unfolding here and now.
Miro down, Booga down. They could take away 2nd. They're in 3rd right now, using the splashes, using everything they can. The battle for 2nd is on. There's leaderboard implications all over the board as Degen is trying to hold on to a 7th place spot, but we're keeping eyes on Cold and Walltaker. A couple elims, a couple more placement points, and they will rip that 2nd place away from Booga and Miro. They've already pushed themselves into 3rd, but Chimp is trying to get himself into the top 10 with a great shot there on the TK. Hey, and we got some solo riders running around. There's some plays to be made here.
A lot of plays to be made, a lot of points to be picked up here. Chimp slides around the side. He has broken into that top 10, but one more elim will do enough to solidify it. Meanwhile, a shot from the back. It's Cold. It's a wintertime play here. What can he do? There goes the edit. No, nicely done. Chimp's hurt. Back against the wall. Turns around. He is just too good. He's quick on his feet. The Cypher's going to keep him up now. 41 HP. Minis in hand. But do you play for the fight or do you go for the heal?
He has to tick over at least one more placement.
This is for
a
second.
2v1v2. This is for second place right now. What can Cole do? The redemption run from the performance last episode. He's dipping back.
He knows it!
He finds it!
wants
He
it!
finds it! Cole rips away second place from Booga and Miro. Donnie and Mac would put themselves into the top 20 with the finish. But the story, Peterbot and Violet in first, and the fight for second. And the young gun, 33 Cold, says, hop on my back, run into the zone, and hits the monstrous striker pump shot to get him a huge payday.
And take a look at it one more time from the bird's eye view. Cold secures the second with a huge elimination there. Donnie and Mac would get to close the tournament out with a nice victory royale finish from the height in clean fashion. The veterans at least get to put one big strike on the board there. And that, my friends, was the NA East Finals. What an exceptional set of 12 games there.